Jacobs Show. Listen, we have a great show lined up for you. I'm your host, Kim Jacobs, better known as the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real relevant and relatable content on today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show, where we are bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. And today we are doing that with Brian K. McNeil, the sales confidence coach. How are you, Brian?
Kim, I am super excited to be here with you. I've been a fan of yours for a long time, and I know what we do here today is going to bless somebody. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. I absolutely love you and your wife over there, Lisa Santiago McNeil.
That's my baby.
You all get a chance to go live and I catch some of those, and just very empowering people and inspiring people. So I'm equally honored to have you here today. Yes. Wow. Yep. So everybody, grab these virtual seats and make sure you tag your friends. Encourage people to tune in. Put your comments, your thoughts, if you have questions. While we have the sales confidence coach here with us today, make sure you go ahead and ask your questions. He's not even charging y'all today, are you?
No, but I'm going to give valuable things that people do pay me thousands of dollars to teach. And I'm going to teach it today for free because I'm a Kim Jacobs fan. That's why.
Well, thank you.
I'm going to be very generous, yes.
Well, I'm excited about it. Listen, as we are talking today with the sales confidence coach, he is known as around the world, literally. He's doing global events, even one coming up this week. The sales confidence coach, he's a renowned sales speaker, trainer, and author who has revolutionized the sales industry with his high energy workshops and actionable. I love that. Actionable.
Immediately actionable. Yep.
Actionable strategies. He's born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and currently resides in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, which is where I am, for those of you that don't know. Brian brings a unique blend of street smart, wisdom, and Southern charm to his dynamic presentations. And he has numerous glowing testimonials out there. And we're going to hear a lot more about some of the books that he's authored, because he's authored 6 influential books, and he's going to talk about some of those today, but one in particular that we're going to really deep dive into more. And the workshops that he offers are very fun, engaging, packed with content that participants can immediately implement. That's what I love. He's also a U.S. Army airborne veteran. And again, lots of different things that we're going to learn directly from him today. So welcome, Brian K. McNeil, to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Thank you very much, Kim. And I'm blessed to have an audience. My work is my work, but it's also my ministry. I'm also a believer. And I believe that God has uniquely gifted and qualified me to teach people how to sell themselves, which they often forget, Kim. They forget to sell themselves and their services, sell themselves and their products, so that they can. That's one thing that makes you unique. If they buy Kim Jacobs, they can only get Kim Jacobs from Kim Jacobs. So we have to sell ourselves and what we do.
I'm taking notes already.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I could type it. I'm sitting over here typing it in a note, writing it in a notepad. I'll type it up here for you all.
So do you want me to launch, or what do you want me to do?
Well, okay, so wait a minute. So sell yourself and your products.
And your services, yes. So selling is a process. Here's something else to write. Selling is a process. It's not an event. But the most important part of the process is the person. You have to be a part of what you offer, and you have to deserve what you're asking for. It's not an event. If I saw Kim for the first time at a restaurant bar today, role play this with me. You're in a restaurant bar.
Let's role play.
You're in a restaurant bar, and I'm going to walk up to you. Hello, how are you?
Oh, I'm turning this way. Hi, how are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. Glad to see you today. How's everything going for you?
It's going good. My name is Brian. Please tell me, what's your name?
My name is Kim Jacobs.
Good to meet you, Kim Jacobs. I think that you are lovely. Let's get married.
The camera's not frozen, everybody. But you can, wait, what?
Now you see,
tell you that you married me, right?
she shut up right then. She froze in place because that's an unreasonable thing to do. There's no way she could say yes to that. And people who don't understand selling, that's how they treat it. Well, I offered it to them and they didn't say yes. Well, she doesn't know enough to say yes. She just met me. She don't know if I have any redeeming qualities at all. Okay. And here I am, fresh in her. She just met me a moment ago. You offer it to her and she don't know enough to say yes. That's how people who don't understand sales treat. Now, if I had bought her a drink, we had dinner, we dated for a year and a half, okay? We had an argument and recovered from it. Then it might be reasonable to get to that place where you ask for her hand in marriage, but not before.
Right. Well, I must admit, because this is a transparent moment, that I haven't been on the dating scene. I was 18 years old when I started dating my ex-husband, and so I've only been with my ex-husband, right, for that up until I'm 54. So I will admit that
you probably would have done the same.
Huh? I didn't hear you.
Even if you had your response, I said, even if you had been on the dating scene, your response to that ridiculous question would have been similar.
No, but I was getting ready to tell you something ridiculous that I actually did that probably put the person in the same position, because I was like, "Oh, I'm not having sex," and it probably like, I didn't ask you for the person never even asked me about.
I didn't even ask you.
But I was like, "Oh, no," and they're probably like, "What in the world? Why are you being so strict and to the point?" And I didn't even talk to you about that. Have I even approached you in that capacity? And that was awkward,
And that's reasonable for you to think that he was probably taken aback.
He was.
I didn't even ask about that. Where'd that come from? Okay. Right. So he probably had to do some thinking. Now, with all of the other amazing parts of you, that became a minor point.
Okay? Oh, yeah. Okay, good. All right, so we'll move off of me and let's stick with the whole sales approach as an entrepreneur, because there are a lot of business entrepreneurs out here, and really we all want to know what are some to-dos and some to-don'ts. And so if we could just start with, what are some of the basics that you think all entrepreneurs should do and should not do? Let's talk about that.
Yes, let's get into it. First off, congratulations to you entrepreneurs and business people. You decided to hang out your shingle. You had the courage to start. So congratulations. I want you to embrace the fact that if you're in business at all, if you want to get money in exchange for a product or service, you are in sales. Yes, you are. Not me. Yes, you are. You're in sales too. If there's any part of your business that someone could pay you money for, that means you're in sales. Now, sales is not a four-letter word. It's an honorable word, and it's a word it's the critical skill. Mm-hmm. Some people have a negative connotation about the word sell.
Yes.
And that negative connotation is impacting your ability to sell. If you are willing to hold on to and embrace a negative connotation to the thought of selling, what's going to happen is your subconscious mind is going to believe you, and it's going to trip you up, because it's not going to allow you to do things that you find distasteful. The things that we let escape our lips impact how we feel. The things that we say impact how we feel, and the way we feel impacts how we perform. So I'm going to teach you guys what not to say today and what to say more of, so that you feel better about it. My talks are particularly helpful to believers. You don't have to be a believer to get value, but I find that because I use the Bible and tenets of the Bible to gird up some of my thoughts, to back up what I say. Okay? So if you're a believer, I think you find more value in me. Okay. So You want to pop in any place because you
Yeah,
can.
so let me pop in there for a minute, because
Yes.
already one thing that I can think of is entrepreneurs have sometimes a hard time connecting all of the dots. When you say what you just said, you have to
If
be
you
able
get
to,
money, you're in sales. Yes.
if you're gonna get some money from somebody, you're selling something. You're in
Yeah.
sales. And that's
Yeah.
not negative. So let's talk for a moment just about it not being negative, because there is
Okay.
such a negative connotation
Yes.
associated with
Some people would say stuff like, I don't like selling or I don't want to sell. Well, first off, that's incorrect. And I'll prove it to you right now. Have you ever offered anything? Whether you sold a bicycle, a bed, or a car? Have you sold Girl Scout cookies, anything? Have you ever offered anything to the world and someone decided to give you money for it? They decided to buy it from you.
it.
And once you got the money, did you ever think to yourself, I do not like the fact that they gave me money for something that I offered? No, you did like the fact that they gave you money for that bike that you sold, that car that you sold. You always do. That's the sales part. What people don't like is the potential for rejection. That's the part. The
Okay.
potential rejection is what, and they conflate the potential for rejection equaling selling. Okay, but they're not the same things. They don't like the potential for rejection, and they don't like not knowing what to say to
Mhm.
get the business. Now, that's a mechanical function. I can teach you in minutes what to say to get the sale. And
Okay.
you just have the willingness to say what I tell you to say, and you can get more sales. So that's not a big deal. But if they've never learned how to do it, like if you were to walk into someone's walk into NASA, okay, and they sat you down in front of a computer that controlled the navigation of a rocket and said, okay, go ahead and work that. Okay, now you have no training on how to work the navigation system of a rocket. So how are you going to do it? It'll be confusing to you. You'll make a lot of mistakes. But if they had showed you how to, taught you how to, that'd be easier.
That's
Okay.
right.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Okay. So because you have mastered the skill of being the sales confidence coach,
Yep.
that's what you're termed as. This skill didn't just happen in your life where you're automatically just gifted to do this. Where do you feel you gained your source of strength and inspiration to become this?
Yeah, I started in professional selling the way a lot of people do because I needed more money. At age 23, I got a straight commission sales job. Age 23,
Okay.
and I was horrible at it until I discovered my first book on selling. It was called How to Master the Art of Selling by Tom Hopkins. And
Hmm.
I started turning those pages. And then I got another book and another book, and I started to sell better. And then I got another book on sales, another book on sales. And I became a sales manager. By my own count, Sister Kim, I've read more than 700 books on how to sell, manage salespeople, or personal development, and mostly on how to sell.
Hmm.
And I've written 7 books actually. But anyway, when you study a lot and then you get that, and people start commenting, say things like, Brian, this is the best training I ever had. I was a corporate sales trainer for 12
Yeah.
years where I had 17 locations where I would just fly all around and teach people how to close sales. This is in the 90s. And, but I decided, because people kept saying, you keep quoting all these other books, where's your book? And how come
Right.
you don't do this for yourself? So I launched my first company. It was called Rhino Sales and Seminars.
Okay.
Yep, Rhino Sales and Seminars, because I thought I was going to work with just contractors and, that kind of thing. But then I evolved around 2009 or so to very personal sales coaching. 2006, I went to transfer to very personal sales coaching because I had
Okay.
this great idea to work with just the willing, you know. But 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago, one of my coaches said to me, Kim, he said, Brian, I want you to start surveying your past clients and ask them what did they get out of the experience of working with you. And the word was big and over again. The number one thing they gained was confidence, 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 confidence. And the word gig salad was huge compared to every other word. So I rebranded myself as the sales confidence coach. And I like it, you know.
That's good. Okay. And
Mhm.
I saw that you also have the military background too.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Mhm.
where does that play a factor into how confident you really are?
It really does. You never lose completely your military bearing. I went in the military when I was 17, and I went in the same reason a lot of people did. I wanted to get out of the house. Okay, so I went to the Army at 17, and I was a good soldier. I was 8 years. I have 8 years military experience, and I jumped out of planes for 3 of those years, 3 or 4 of those years. But you still remember things. I like things a certain way. I want the bed made every day. Certain things. I'm going to keep the house clean. Just little things, military. Just do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, with or without supervision. That's it. Okay.
Good, good.
Mm-hmm.
So just no matter what, even in your sales field, now that this is your area of expertise, you're formally able to stay true and disciplined and committed to what you say you're going to do because
Yes. For
of your
many years on sales calls, I always had to bring someone with me because I did the whole sale. Because even if I didn't make a sale on a sales call, the person riding with me was either going to be new or a veteran in the slump. Because Brian didn't cut any corners. Okay. I wasn't going to shortcut any part of the process, and I was going to go through full closing efforts. So even if I didn't make the sale, they would see what good behavior is supposed to look like. Mm-hmm.
That's good. Good. Mm-hmm. I love it. Okay. I'm excited about what I'm hearing because you can see that sometimes when people finally get to where people think they've arrived, if that makes sense, even though I never will arrive. I believe I'm ever learning, so I'll never arrive. And when I do, I'm going on to heaven or whatever. But at this point, I see where people don't get a chance to see where your background and all of the things that you went through prepared you for such a time as this.
You're right. I haven't answered some of these questions in a long time.
I don't even have any scripted questions. I'm just
nobody's asked me that journey question in a long time.
Well, it's important to know because it lends to who you are today and why you're so confident when it comes to what you're teaching us. So as you're teaching us this, we're talking about some of the things that we should not do as entrepreneurs. Let's talk about that some more. What are some of the don'ts?
Right. Do not hold on to negative connotations about what you do. Okay. Do not get caught up like negative connotations. I don't like selling and I don't like salespeople. Those thoughts right there will help your subconscious mind to keep you from making money. Okay. When you hold on, I don't like salespeople. Why not? I understand why not. Is because in this country, salespeople earned a negative connotation over time. Okay, until about the 90s. Okay, but at one time in this country, salespeople, you had to hope you got an honest salesperson because only the salespeople knew what the products really did or the services really did. Right. So you had to hope you got an honest one. But around the mid 90s, that shifted, Kim, with the proliferation of cell phones and Google, because now your clients can Google you right in your face. And very often they know as much as you do, if not more. Right. So that salesperson who thinks he can get away with just saying anything, he has died like a dinosaur. He's gone. Right. He can't exist anymore. Plus, there's this thing called reviews. People look at your reviews, and they look at your what others have said about you. So you have to be the most honest person in the room now. But that negative connotation, that trick. When was the last time someone, Kim, in your world tried to trick you into buying anything or bully you into buying anything or high pressure you into buying anything?
I haven't had that happen in years.
It's been years.
It's been a long time. And even when people continue to talk, when I've already said I'm not interested, and I just say, well, I really appreciate the call, but I'm not going to purchase what you're talking about. Right. And then I just disconnect because I've already said I'm not.
And you have that option. That's what all the other clients do too. They all have the opportunity to. First off, most people can't even remember the last time someone tried that. So let go of the negative connotation to the word sell. The word sell actually is a Greek compound word coming from two words, sell and ye, which literally means to help. To help. It was a word that was describing the process to help people to get the goods and the services that they wanted or need. There's a scripture.
So sell means to help.
To help, yes. And if you don't like the word sell, just replace it with the word help every time. It fits perfectly. I sold the Joneses, I sold the Williams, I sold the Thompsons. I sell more than anybody. I help the Joneses, I help the Williams, I help the Thompsons. I help more than anyone. It fits perfectly every time because it's supposed to. Okay, so think of your work as helping if you have a negative connotation. Let that go.
I love it. Let me role play for a second because I love it.
Let's do it.
because the only way I can ever implement something is if I practice it and really get
Okay.
it in motion. So I sell people on the idea of bringing balance to the world one house
Yep.
soul at a time. I actually help people by helping them become better balanced in their families and in their
Yes.
households.
Yes. That's exactly right. Now,
Oh, I love it.
now, if I was in your business, Kim, okay, I'm gonna pretend I do what I just understood that you do. Go ahead and ask me what do I do.
Okay, well, actually, I'd rather you role play something that I really do a whole lot too, which is
Okay,
help people
let's do
start
it.
their own virtual shows from
Okay,
scratch. So
okay,
I teach people how to I help people and teach people how to start their own podcast virtual shows from scratch. So let me put this
got
up
it.
here. Okay, y'all, he's getting ready to do this. Here
I'm
you go.
ready.
Let me go. Here.
Okay,
I'm removing myself because I'm gonna use this.
okay. So, but please ask me what do I do. Just do that.
You don't understand. I was going to get a good clip. Okay,
Okay,
so Brian, tell me, what do you think it is that Kim Jacobs does?
okay, okay. Now, you know how there are so many people that are thought leaders, or they have an idea, or they have something that they want to share with the world. And a lot of them get romanced with the idea of doing this through a podcast or through a virtual show or a live show. But a lot of them also are confused about how to start it or how to do it the right way or how to be smart about it or how to do it in such a way that doesn't cost them an arm and a leg and part of a hip. So it leaves them frustrated. You know what I mean? Right. Well, what I do is I make that whole process from idea to actual show, I make it easier. And I do it through my services as a trainer for helping folks to start their podcasts or virtual shows so that they can not only offer the world their words and missions and thoughts, but actually enjoy being able to share this in a way that they find fun and profitable.
So, who do you recommend that they turn to for that?
Well, I recommend Miss Kim Jacobs for that, okay? Because she has not only done it successfully herself, but she has learned ways to streamline it, to make it easier for others to follow her path, okay? Now, what I did, that was kind of a party trick.
I love that.
I
Break it
put it
down.
in a story format is what I did, okay? And because I don't understand it as well as you, it took me a little bit longer, but it still took less than 30 seconds.
Yes.
What I did was I did a 3-part story format once I understood the problem that she solved. Okay. Because she said that want to start it, they don't know how to do it. That's the problem. So the first thing when she asked me what I did was I introduced into the conversation an easy to understand and easy to agree upon problem that my services solves with the objective of getting her to agree it was a problem. You know how there's so many of them that want to do it, but they're confused about what to do first, second, or third. They don't know how to do it. And I'm going for agreement. And any kind of agreement is enough. A head nod is plenty. She nodded her head, that's enough. The moment she agreed on the problem that I introduced, that's the moment she took me by my hand. And now I can take her on a journey virtually. So when she agreed on the problem that I introduced, then I introduced myself as a solution. I didn't tell my process. I didn't persuade anything, defend anything. I just said that I do it. Well, what I do is actually help them with that with my services. Done. The middle of the story is done. It's a statement. It's not persuasion. And then I gave tangible benefits so they can not only share it, but actually enjoy it and earn more money. Done.
Okay.
Less than 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the participants here today said, Brian taught me how to overcome disappointment when potential clients say no. He is the best sales coach ever is what Leona
Martin. I love Leona Martin. She's up in Massachusetts, and she actually helps people on their career path. I remember her. The reason why I know her, because she has taken part of my training several different times. Okay. She has shown up for more. She's come back for another dip, a few times. And I got to know her, and I think she's a champion. Thank you for that comment, Sister Leona.
That is awesome comment. Awesome comment. Listen, y'all, keep your comments coming in because we're learning today from the sales confidence coach, Brian K. McNeil. Tell us a few more of the don'ts that you recommend.
Okay, good. Now, don't also, well, let's do this. Can I show something?
Yes, please share it and then I'll pull it up.
Here It's called Mastering Sales Language. And eliminate these 21 harmful phrases and embrace words that sell. This little book right here has been it's been revolutionary to me. It has sold crazy good, sold better than any of my other 7 books. And even though it's my thinnest book, but one of the comments that I'm thinking of on Amazon, this lady says in the first chapter, I saw myself. And the first chapter is letting go of limiting beliefs. And there's 3 of them in there. I'm not a salesperson. I don't like selling, and I don't have to sell. Mm-hmm. I don't have to sell. All I got to do is make enough posts, and my social media will sell for me. This whole romantic idea about being able to sell without selling, make sales without selling, it sounds sexy, Kim, but it's just not true. At some point, somebody's going to have to ask for the money. Someone's going to have to ask for the business. Even if you have an amazing website, an amazing brand, an amazing social media presence, at some point, somebody's going to have to ask someone for money or business. That's the thing that you need to learn how to sell. All that other stuff is preparing you to get to sell. Don't do those things. I do want to say, or even this other thing. You had children, Kim.
Yes, 5.
Who? You have 5. Okay, me too. I got 6 actually.
Okay.
Who is more persuasive than a toddler? A toddler is the most persuasive. 2, 3, 4-year-olds. They're very persuasive. It's natural for them. I remember my daughter, who's now 33, humbling me several times at age 3 years old. Dad, can I have a cookie? No, Bree, you can't have cookies now. Well, Dad, can I have it later? Okay. It was just natural for her to give an option because she knew later was going to come. So she would just work her father and get what she wanted.
Bottom line.
But we as adults get it beaten out of us, by people telling us stuff like not to do that. Don't do that. Okay. You do need to sell. Here's the other thing, the crime. I need to tell you this, Kim. The biggest crime that entrepreneurs are committing, and they're committing this crime regularly. I talk to them daily. This is the number 1 crime. In the desire to be liked. They want to be liked so much that they won't risk being liked at all. So that they don't risk being liked, they won't even ask for business. Most entrepreneurs today never, ever even ask for business. What they'll do is a good presentation. We have this, this, and this, and I offer this, and I'm a this, and I'm a that. But they never ask for the business.
But they never close the sale.
They never even try. Okay? They never ask for the business. They never go on for the close. They just show what they got or they tell what they have. And then they hope. They hope that the person that heard them will say, you know what? I want what she has. I want what he has. And they hope that the other person will say, hey, can I hire you or can I buy it from you? They're hoping that the client will close themselves. And that's what's called low probability selling. That's not
low probability. Okay, somebody type that. Low probability selling is what that's called. So that means that the customer has to technically close themselves into being sold to purchase your products.
Right. Yes. Okay. But that's the number 1 problem they're having. They won't even ask for business. Some of them that will ask for the business, they will ask, but they will only ask once or twice and then never again. Most sales happen after the 5th attempt. And only champions will follow up the requisite number of times. The 4th time, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th time, over time until they buy or die.
Thank you, Cynthia, for typing that.
Okay, good. Here's how you cure that right away. Just say what I'm about to tell you and you will close better. Say these words.
Okay. Before you say the words, we're going to take a commercial break. So
Okay,
everybody
good.
get your minds right. Get your ink pens out and your notepads and be prepared to write down these exact words that Brian K. McNeil, the sales confidence coach, is sharing with us. As soon as we come back from this commercial break,
we're going to great time for a commercial.
Huh?
This is a great time for a commercial. You're right.
Okay, we'll be right back. Hi, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Managing Director of the Charlotte, North Carolina chapter of eWomen Network. I am so excited that you stopped to watch this video. I've got good news for you. You've just discovered an international network of women entrepreneurs who are committed to helping you achieve, succeed, and prosper. We're on a mission here to help 1 million women entrepreneurs each achieve $1 million in annual revenue. Here at eWomen Network, we have a complete success system that supports you every step of the way in building and growing your business. You being here right now is no accident. We're supposed to know about you. We want to meet you to find out how we can help you as well as learn about what you have to offer. With over 500,000 women connected through 118 chapters across the United States, Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom, you are never alone. If this is resonating with you, please go to ewomennetwork.com/Charlotte. Notice too my contact information. I invite you to reach out to me and to check out our upcoming in-person and online events. I'm really looking forward to introducing you to our special community. All right, everyone, we are
organization. Women Network, what an amazing organization. And I forget that you're the local Charlotte president of this organization.
Yes.
That's an amazing thing.
So
Kim, I will tell you, there was some years in my development where it seemed like I had to be doing more women's events than any other man in America. I was doing all these women's retreats, business conferences, symposiums, women events from coast to coast. Lisa and I were going from LA to New York to Atlanta, all over doing women's conferences as the sales speaker. And
you definitely come to some of our events. We have Pamela Luhing is going to be speaking for
I'm
this.
a friend of Pamela's. Mm-hmm.
She's going to do a fantastic job. And our featured nonprofit organization is going to be Grooming Greatness with Monique Douglas. And she's going to be, so it's really going to be nice. So you all can just go right to ewomennetwork.com/Charlotte. We have a few more seats available. It's at the Charlotte Museum of History, and you'll be able to come and be a part of our event. And it's great networking and wonderful power connections. Okay, so I'm asking you to allow us to help you get some power connections by attending our events.
Yes, because there's so many women that don't have those connections. And they want them and need them. That's right. eWomen makes it easier for them to have them.
Oh, thank you. All right, so tell us if you will, what is the exact phrase we need to say?
Yes, this phrase right here. When you have presented, when you have showcased what you have, and you believe they understand there's value in what you're offering, and you decide whatever that is. Whenever you believe they understand the benefit of what you have, say these words. Will you give our services a try? Will you give us a try? Will you give my product a try? Will you give us a try is such a non-threatening way to ask for business formally. Will you give us a try? Once you ask them to give you a try, your job is to shut up and let them answer you. But will you give us a try? If you will resolve here and now to never end the connection with the client without at least giving them a chance.
Yes.
Say no. Giving them a chance to say, will you give us a try? Most
will
times, will you give me a try? Will you give my show a try? Will you give my business a try? Will you give us a try? That's how I want you to ask for business.
Yes. Okay, so we typed it here, you all. It's very simple. And anybody willing to try that? So if you are, put it in the comments section that I'm going to do that on my next call based on the fact that I know that they're already interested, not just calling and saying that. But once you know that you've received some type of...
once you know they understand value. In my live workshops, one of the things I do almost all the time, I'll ask, does anyone here have any cash? And people yell out they got cash, and I say, hold it up, and there'll be a bunch of people holding up cash. and I'll pick someone. I'll pick a woman out of the artist. Bring the cash up here on the stage. And she'll come on up on the stage or the front of the room, one of the rides or whatever. And I say, hand me the money. She hands me the money. I said, I want you to stand your body real close to mine so that the side of your body is touching the side of my body. She does that. I said, now put your arms around me. She does that. Now squeeze me tightly to you. She's squeezing me tightly. Now I got my hands free with a mic in hand, one hand, and I got her cash in another. And I say to the audience, what's happening on this stage right now? And they'll yell out some stuff. And I'll say, what's really happening is I got a pretty woman to come out of the audience, bring me money, and hug me in front of you. Now, how did that happen? This woman that's standing there hugging me, she only did the things that I asked her to do specifically. I asked her to do it. I thank her very much for coming up. We applaud her, and I pocket the money. I give her money back.
But the takeaway from that is that she did exactly what you instructed her to do, because she wouldn't have.
What I asked her to do, and only what I asked her to do. She didn't do anything I didn't ask her. Your clients, if you don't, this is an Aesop fable, okay? There's an Aesop fable called Buridan's Ass. Buridan's ass, okay? Buridan's donkey. But it's a story about this donkey who starves himself to death while standing in between two huge stacks of hay because he can't make up his mind which stack is better to eat from. Now, if you won't close, if you won't ask for business, you position your clients just like Buridan's ass. They need you to lead them in a direction when they like if you demonstrate what you have and don't ask for the business, you are frustrating to your clients. You have basically pointed out how they have a need and didn't help them. You didn't even try to help them. You just highlighted where they could be better off with your stuff, but you didn't offer it to them. Okay.
Now, what if you do ask for the business and you take this approach? Will you give our services a try?
Right.
And it's very non-threatening, but they still say no.
Which is fine. Most likely won't say no. But even if they do say no, and even if they say no emphatically, you thank them and you exit gracefully because selling is a process. The game is not over if they say no. How many women here are listening to this now that have ever gone on a date with some man that they initially said no to? Okay. He invited you for a date, you said no, and he kept hanging around, he kept being nice, and he kept doing this, and eventually he ended up sitting across the dinner table, eating, watching you. How did that happen? Because he didn't give up after the first time no. How many women are in successful marriages that they initially said no to? But he tried again because he wanted you. Okay, the game is not over. And you know what? Your business life is going to ask you a question. Do you want it or not? Okay, how much pain are you willing to take? Are you willing to try again? And you don't get a chance to not answer those questions if you're in business. Your business will ask you very clearly, how much pain are you willing to take before you quit? And until you can answer that question, I'm not going to quit, no matter what pain comes, your business can't reward you with providence. Providence happens on the other side of your convictions.
That's good. Mm-hmm. Very good. This is some great. Okay, is it just me or am I learning are you all learning quite a bit today from our sales confidence coach, Brian K. McNeil? And the tips that you're sharing are already game changers for us. So the game is not over if the customer says no. It's okay. It's a process. They may say yes later. They may say yes a year from now. But the point is,
they may need more information, or they might need something else, or it could have been timing. And you could do everything right, but it may not have been the right time for them, and that's okay too. What scares entrepreneurs when they get a no is if they have the what's called scarcity mentality, where they think they're going to run out of potential clients. You're not going to run out of potential clients. There's an unlimited supply of potential clients. You're not dependent upon this one person here to say yes. Your business is not dependent on one yes. It's not. And if you think it is, have a conversation with me, because it's not. You have an unlimited rich supply of people who could benefit from your services and want you to say yes. Those feature 6 books of mine. I actually wrote 7, but one of them is a workbook. So I don't normally just put that up there, but it's 7, okay?
Yeah, I put that because it was on your Facebook page, and I wanted people to scan the QR code
Thank you.
So that you can get one of the 7 books that he has available. And again, Amazon best-selling sales confidence coach is right here with us today here on the Kim Jacobs Show. So make sure that you definitely get this book. If you don't get any other book, get this book, Mastering Sales Language. Eliminate these 21 harmful phrases and embrace words that sell. So when you talk about embracing words that sell, let's talk about what, like maybe the top 3, or even if you just,
all right,
I know 3. But give us 3
words. The top 3 words I want you to use more often. Understand, people are going to hire you or buy from you for either, first off, for their own reasons, not yours. That's first thing you got to embrace. They're buying from you for their reasons, not yours. Okay? You winning a contest, you making money, none of their business. Okay? They buy it for their reasons. Okay? But they're going to do it for either emotional reasons or for logical reasons. Logical reasons because it's smart, it makes sense, and it's a good deal. Emotional reasons because they imagine they're going to feel good for doing it. Emotion has to deal with the heart. Logic has to deal with the brain. Mm-hmm. Now, just in the interest of time, people buy 9 times faster for emotional reasons than logical reasons. She didn't buy that dress because it was on sale. She bought the dress because she imagined if she would look good in it at the party. Okay. The fact that it was on sale.
I'll tell you, because it was on sale too, but I did want to look good in it too.
The fact that it was on sale was the justification for what you emotionally wanted, which they need both, but they only need about 10% for justification, 90% for feeling, the way they imagine they're going to feel. Knowing this to be true, you need to learn to use emotional words. The most emotional word in the English language, most adults have taught themselves to stop saying it so often. They've taught themselves to stop. And I want you, my entrepreneurial friends, to start using this word much more often, much more comfortably. And the word is love. L-O-V-E, love. Can you think of a sentence using the word love to sell your services? Now, immediately when I say that question, a lot of people jump to this, Kim. They'll jump to, well, I love helping my people. That's fine, but that is not going to work because you're making yourself the star. How about let them be the star? You're going to love, or my clients love. You're going to love this. Use the word often and comfortably. That's the first one.
Well, okay. Let's. You know what? I'm actually able to implement some.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
You're talking about right here on the show.
Let's do it.
Nobody knows this except right now. I'm getting ready to share it, and that's funny. I'm getting ready to share something with you all that I think is important, and you're going to love the opportunity. You're going to love the chance to come in on Thursday evenings at 7:00 p.m. and be a part of an interactive Bible study.
What?
That's happening. That's kicking off September 5th, Thursday. And I will be hosting this Bible study.
Wonderful.
And it's not a show, it's literally Promise Hour, where we're going to be standing on the promises of God and things that He has imparted that we are supposed to be able to benefit from in this lifetime here on earth. So, starting September 5th, you're going to be able to see live Bible study take place, and I can promise you that you're going to love it.
That's right. That was amazing.
This is really happening for real.
You're going to love experiencing the Bible with us.
Huh?
Yes. You're going to love that. You're going to love experiencing the Bible with us. Okay? In this group, in this discussion, I'm going to lead it, but we're going to talk about it. That's the first word. She asked me for 3, and I'm going to give you 3. The second most emotional word in the English language starts with an H. H. Now, most people guess it wrong. They're going to say hate, but it's not. But the second most emotional word in the English language is the word home. Home. H-O-M-E. Home. I'll be home for Christmas. Home is where the heart is. No place like home. For most people, Home is where your stuff is. That's where your food is. That's where your
Yeah.
protection, your security is. Can you find a sentence, Kim, using the word home to offer something that you have?
Okay. Okay. So let me find a sentence using the word home. Let's
Yep.
see. Okay.
This is going to be fun.
Okay, let's see. Here's a good one. Here's a good one.
Okay.
Okay, everyone. Many of you know that I've had a show in the past on PBS, and I've been on the Word Network and had the opportunity to welcome celebrity guests and people from everyday walks of life that have talked about how they bring some level of balance and synergy to their lives. Well, what I've decided to do is formally help you by offering a training that teaches you how to start your own show from scratch, right from the comfort of your home. You'll be able to formally join me virtually and get a chance to start your show, and I will help you launch it so that it becomes a reality. And people can have a one-stop shop right from the comfort of your home to connect with you.
Very good. Now, that was good. And I appreciate the setup to make it fit. Now, give me a sentence, Kim, using both the word love and home in the same sentence to offer your service. You can do it.
Okay. Listen, I absolutely believe that you're getting a wonderful experience that you love when you tune into the Kim Jacobs Show. You get the opportunity to be able to learn how to have better balance and synergy in your family, in your home, in your work life. And if this is something that's resonating with you, right from the comfort of your home, you can, right at this moment, contribute to our broadcast. It's only because of community members like yourselves that the broadcast is even able to thrive and to be able to connect with people. Almost like how, like PBS and CBN, different places that are out there, they bank on community members contributing. But most of those community members contribute from the comfort of their home. So if you love the experience that you have here on the Kim Jacobs Show, go ahead and take a moment and donate. And I really appreciate you.
I promise you we didn't rehearse. Good job. Good job. Good job. You're going to love being a part of the Kim Jacobs Show, the experience. You're going to love our guests from the comfort of your home. You're going to love growing through our broadcast from the comfort of your home. That sentence, boil it down to a sentence, is what's considered, I'm going to tell you, is what's called an always sentence. An always sentence is something that you say no matter how well the presentation is going, irregardless. Whether the presentation is going good or bad, it doesn't matter. You have to say your always sentence. And that sentence that includes both the word love and home all the time, okay? And in every presentation, you got to say that sentence at some point. And the third word I want you guys to be aware of is the one word that most adults wish they heard more often. They really wish someone would say this word to them that I'm about to tell you. They long to hear this word, okay? And they like whoever will say it to them even more. But the word that most adults wish they heard more often is the sound of their own first names. Their own first names. Most adults do not hear their own name often enough, right, Kim? And here's the cool thing about saying a person's name. Just saying their name, it's almost as if you are edifying them or even complimenting them by you willing to say their name. And the cool thing about saying a person's name, say my name, say my name. The cool thing about saying their name is this is one thing that you can't overdo. You can do it again and again and again. And every time you say their name, you gain that much more attention. And every time you say their name, they like you even more. So getting on, I say, my name is Brian K. McNeil. You're welcome to call me Brian. What would you like me to call you? Now, if she said, call me Miss Jacobs, guess what I'm going to call her? Miss Jacobs, because that's what she said. But if she said, call me Kim, that's what I'm going to call her. They might even go, call me Dr. Such and Such. If they say, call me Dr. Such and Such, that's what I'm going to say. Dr. Such and Such, as much as I can. All right.
So, okay, so I want to role play that one time because
Okay.
I love this. So,
Okay.
Brian, I know that you've often asked me about Gabe's
Yes.
Heart Foundation. And so I wanted to let you know that
Uh-huh.
Gabe's Heart Foundation is an organization that focuses on getting defibrillators put in public spaces so that, like how you have children, Brian, you have 6 of them, if I'm not mistaken, right? You have 6 children. And so with Gabe's
Mhm.
Heart Foundation, what happens is people are given hopefully extended time for the paramedics to arrive because there are portable defibrillators put in the vicinity and they can easily reach out and get those defibrillators to allow the time for the paramedics to arrive. So I encourage you right from the comfort of your home to be able to literally show love to other people in the world, to let them know that their children can possibly have longer life, hopefully have longer life, and be able to have more time with their loved ones. My child, Gabriel Michael Jacobs, transitioned from this earth at the age of 12, but his legacy lives on through Gabe's Heart Foundation. So, Brian, I hope that you will consider donating to Gabe's Heart Foundation.
That was amazing. One of the things that very early in me discovering you is when you had first launched Gabe's Heart Foundation, and I think you were in a church. I was in the audience, and you were speaking. You were talking about your son, and you was talking about this foundation, and I fell in love with you and your mission in that moment because you spoke with such heart about that foundation, and I remember that. I remember that even more the way you just spoke with such love. I know our time is drawing close. There's 2 things I really want to say before I get out of here, Kim.
Yes.
One is a scripture and one another is a thought. Okay, because I really came to this show today because I wanted to heal somebody. I really wanted to heal somebody. The scripture I would love to share with you guys is Proverbs 11 and 26.
Proverbs 11,
And
26.
26. Yes, ma'am. And Proverbs 11 and 26 is saying that people, and look at more than one version. You got the app, okay? But Proverbs 11:26 says, people will curse the ones that withhold the grain. Sometimes it says corn, okay? But withhold the grain. They wish blessings upon the ones that will sell it. Your grain is your intellectual property. Your grain are the solutions that you offer. And if you won't sell, listen to what the Bible just said. If you won't sell, curses on you because you're being selfish. You keep it to yourself. But if you will sell it, they're going to wish blessings upon you. They want your grain. They want your solutions. And they have to hope that you're willing to sell it to them. Thank you very much, Mother Dreamer Movement. I appreciate that. Yes, the one who hoards the grain. They're keeping it to themselves. You have to sell. You're supposed to sell if you have a solution. Okay? If you have an answer to a question, you're supposed to sell it in exchange for something of value. In other words, money. Money. You're supposed to do it. Okay? Obedience is better than. Come on. And the thought that I want to make sure that I do every time is this thought of the sin of the desert. The sin of the desert.
The
The sin
sin
of the
of the
desert.
desert.
Yes, ma'am. The sin of the desert. I don't want to leave here without talking about it because the sin of the desert is when you know where the water is, but you won't tell anyone else. When you know the solutions, when you know how to help them to launch their TV show, but you won't tell them. And it doesn't matter why you don't tell them. I'm too tired. They don't know me. They might reject me. Whatever. If you won't tell the people that need the answers, tell the people that need the waters, if you won't tell them where it is, you are being selfish. The sin of the desert is the height of selfishness. If you what you sell will benefit another person, if you don't sell the thing that will benefit them, you are being selfish. And it doesn't matter why you won't sell. I don't know how to sell. You can learn. Okay, I'm tired right now. You're being selfish. You're supposed to sell, and if you don't sell, you're being selfish. That's what I wanted to say.
You said a lot. You said plenty. The sales confidence coach, y'all. How do they stay connected with you? Brian K. McNeil. I'm going to come to some of the studio audience comments before we hop off as well, but tell them how they can stay connected with you.
Okay. Yes, I'm very easy to find. I'm on social media, but find me under Brian K. McNeil. Thank you, Kim, for putting my website up there, briankmcneilsales.com. You'll have a way to schedule with me. If you've heard anything I said today that resonated with you, I offer something free. I offer a complimentary selling you and your services consultation. It'll last about 30 minutes. I have amazing commentary about what has happened in 19 minutes, 20 minutes, 21 minutes with me. So I encourage you to schedule that time with me. Yes,
and they can
Kim
schedule
already said
right on the website.
Yes, or go to my Calendly. Yes, you can schedule it from the website, briankmcneilsales.com. There's a place to contact or connect or schedule your complimentary consultation. I'm actively looking, Kim, to be on more podcasts and looking for opportunities to deliver sales talks. I am the best sales speaker. I am the king of the conference rooms. So if your company or organization needs an inspiring, motivational sales talk that has a lot of content in it that motivates people to take action, holler at your boy. Thank you, Kim.
Well, I can tell you this. Because I do have about 60 or so Brian K. McNeil Sales.com. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I pull that up. Yeah. So I have about 60 or so students that have graduated from How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch recently.
Wonderful.
And so I am going to definitely put your website in the group link over there. And I see a few of them here today. So you're going to be getting booked to be on multiple podcasts. So if you're open to it, get ready to fasten your seatbelt because you're going to go on a roller coaster ride. Wouldn't he be a great guest,
well,
y'all?
Entrepreneurs, you should work to get on podcasts.
Say it again.
I said entrepreneurs today, especially thought leaders, they should work to get on podcasts. That's low-lying fruit, okay? That's a gold mine, being on folks' podcasts. I would not have known that Virginia Rutherford Hall needs me had it not been for this podcast. So you need to get on podcasts, entrepreneurs. If you have a thought leader, if you've written something, speak about something, okay? You need to get on it. Thank you, Kim.
This is his website, so y'all have a visual. And make sure you go visit Brian K. McNeil. Make sure it's 2 L's in McNeil, sales.com. Brian K. McNeil sales.com. And you're going to see a very vibrant website with lots of information and some free goodies over there for you. You get to learn more about how he handles the conference rooms and his speaking and how you can even book him as well as book him globally, because I know here on our program it streams to over 100 countries. So yes, you can also book.
And podcasts have long life. They have long life. It'll be next week, next month, next year, someone will see this.
That's right. That's right. So you all make sure you stay connected with him. And Virginia Rutherford Hall is actually one of my graduates from the Kim Jacobs How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch. And her show is phenomenal. So if you all have not checked out Wings of Wisdom, she was in the airline industry for over 20 years, over 25 years, and decided that she wanted to see how the rest of her life could take flight. And so she does a show called Wings of Wisdom Live.com, wingsofwisdomlive.com. So y'all support Virginia Rutherford Hall. Let's see. Dennis Fraggins, I see your comment. Much love to you. And let's see. Oh, Linda Joseph. Linda Joseph is on as well. And she is also a global talk show host. She graduated from How to Start Your Show from Scratch. So I'm sure she's going to be bringing you on as well. And y'all follow her. She was just in a Mrs. pageant or something. And she looked so like, whoa, Linda, Dr. Linda Joseph, you were working the runway.
Dr. Linda Joseph. She knew how to put her thing together.
Yeah, she's a force to be reckoned with. So definitely y'all follow Linda
I want to meet her too. I want to
You're
definitely
gonna
meet
be her
Virginia,
because I'm gonna put you
Dennis,
over there, and
Linda.
everybody gonna be booking you. Okay, Leona said the sin of the desert. Wow, wow, that's so good. Cynthia said, typo on the couch, not in. I don't know what that means. It's probably some kind of typo. If you seeing a typo that I typed, Cynthia, trust me, I'm over here typing, listening, writing, learning all kind of stuff from the Sales Confidence Coach. Now, I'm not going to close the show out without taking a moment to acknowledge your other half, who is always, in my opinion, the better half.
Yes.
I want to make sure I put up Lisa
One of my
Santiago.
major strengths.
Huh?
Yeah, I am awesome at my game. I'm awesome at my game because I have an outstanding mate. Okay, Lisa Santiago McNeil is a force to be reckoned with. She owns Empowerment Publishing and Multimedia. And for 9 years now, her and I host a daily podcast, Monday through Friday, called Let's Talk About It with Lisa on my left. Mm-hmm.
And she literally they be booed up, y'all. Okay, so they right there, just like you see them here. They like that on the show. And you all don't want to miss. They have some great advice and tips for couples, and they're fun. They play different songs. They'll create a song for you that tune in.
Yeah, guests. Yeah, we had a great guest today too.
Mm-hmm. It's a great experience. So make sure you all connect with Brian K. McNeil.
Kim has been a guest on our show before.
Oh yeah, I enjoy you all so much. Somebody said I had a typo on my comment. Oh, I did a roll. Okay, on love and home. Yeah, was there anybody that wanted to? Only one. I probably only pulled one in. But if you want to come on real fast, and do a role play using the word love, home, and the person's name in less than a minute. I need the first person, and it's only going to be somebody I know, because I'm not about to pull somebody on. If you know that you're that person and you say, Kim, please pull me in, I might pull you in right quick. Let's see. Oh, you posted.
Or if someone, you could put it in the chat, or however Kim wants to do it. What value did you get out of our time?
Put it in the comment. Let's see. Somebody said they typed it in.
What value did you get out of?
Oh, here you go. Let me pull it up right quick. I see this person's comment, and she says she typed a whole role play in the comment section. Why am I not seeing it?
Okay.
I gotta find it though, because there's so many comments over here. Give me a second. I'm gonna find it, Cynthia. I see what you're saying. You said you did a comment. Hey, while I'm looking for Cynthia's comment, is there anybody that would like to contribute to the Kim Jacobs Show? I'm gonna put this back on the screen again. Go ahead and do that. I'm gonna say a quick shout out to everybody in a few minutes, and let me find your comment. Let me find Cynthia's comment. We're almost closing out here, but I don't want to close when she took the time to do the role play and typed it, and it's like 100 comments over here. Okay. I'm going to find it, Cynthia. Give me 1 second. I think I saw it, but I don't know where it is. Okay, I'm all the way at the top, so it must have been further down at the bottom. But today has been a great episode. Any other closing thought that you wanted to share that you didn't get to share, Brian?
Yes. First off, I knew I would enjoy my time here today because of what I know of you. That's the point. You know, when you have a better host, the show goes better. Okay. The host matters. I have had some great hosts, but I've also had some bad ones too.
Okay.
The worst intro I ever got. I got this guy coming up on the stage. His name is Brian McNeil. He's going to talk about something. Here he is, Brian. The guy didn't know nothing about me or nothing. So.
But it doesn't matter, because even with a bad intro, you're going to still
I still do. But let me just say this here. You, my entrepreneurial friend, thank you. First off, I know you're a champion because only champions will show up to a podcast where they know they're going to talk about something they can learn. Only champions will show up for this. For those of you who have gotten any value, that's good. The first thing that you implement, that's better. Try using these words. Offer your services to people. Will you give us a try? It doesn't matter how many people say no. It doesn't matter how anything. What matters the most in selling is two things. What matters the most is how many times you offer your services. That's number one. How many times you give them a chance to say no, how many appointments you set, and how much money you're earning. Now, money comes when money has to be wooed and romanced and sought after. So stop it with money doesn't matter. Stop that whole mantra about I don't even think about money. I want you to value your own money to the same level of importance that you value the client's experience. The better their experience, the more money, the better their experience. When you value the experience up here and you value your own money down here, what will happen is you'll make a lot of opportunities to work for no money. Okay. Make your money and want the money. You don't make 10 grand a month by accident. You don't make 12, 15, 20 grand a month by accident. You can make these amounts only on purpose.
That's good. Really good. I mean, y'all, this is never ending because even though we're only doing a whole hour show here, this could go on. If you get into his training course, you can be going on a journey with him. So I'm going to give his website again. But Cynthia's comment is, I love this. Here's her role play. She says, grab your Kindle because you're going to love experiencing the biblical encouragement on the romantic fictional pages of The Other Side of Through.
Oh, wow.
In the couch, in the comfort of your own home. Cynthia Drake, drop the mic, girl.
Cynthia, that was beautiful. That was beautiful, Cynthia. And if you were to speak that sentence with good voice tonality, it can take on an almost hypnotic effect. Now, when I say good voice tonality, I know we're getting ready to get out of here. Your most persuasive voice, and we all have one, is your date voice. Your date voice, the voice you use on a date. Okay. When someone new. That's your most persuasive voice. However, you can't use your date voice for very long because it gets boring fast. So use your date voice only when you're saying your always sentence or when you're going for the appointment or the money. Okay. When you're going for the appointment, money, or saying your sentence, drop it into your date voice.
Okay, so now, Cynthia, I'm gonna try and represent you in a date voice, not in my. Okay,
right.
Let me try.
That means lower and slower, Kim. That's what I mean. Lower resonance and slower pace. Yeah.
I love this. Grab your Kindle because you're going to love experiencing the biblical encouragement on the romantic fictional pages of The Other Side of Through. Curled up in this couch in the comfort of your own home. You're gonna love it.
That was beautiful. And did you see what I meant? It's almost hypnotic. Okay. Your always sentence delivered in a good voice tonality is lower and slower. Now, learning how to use voice inflection to sell, that's not beginner stuff. That's higher level stuff. Okay. That I get into with my clients.
Did I represent you? Okay, Cynthia, put a heart in the comments or some kind of emoji. I almost bit my tongue trying to talk.
She put fire on it. Again, use your great voice.
Let me go to Virginia's comment. She said, love listening from the comfort of my home. Okay, so if I was doing Virginia, she would say, hey, I want to love listening from the comfort of my home and can't wait to share this. Virginia's virtual. I know how Virginia talks, so she talks like this. She already talked like this for real. She said, Virginia's virtual viewing and wings of wisdom. I want you to lean in. That's what she always said. And she has these gorgeous green eyes, her daddy's eyes. And
I can't wait to meet her.
You can't.
Be careful with your date voice. I want you to use it, but use it sparingly. Only when you're going for the appointment, the money, or your sentence. Okay? Don't use it all the time because people can listen up to 400 words a minute, but we can only talk, about 150, 175 words a minute. So people got plenty of time to get bored by what you're saying, and they got plenty of time to think about things other than what you're saying. When you're giving information, not date voice. When you're telling them what your service is, you talk higher and faster. A little bit higher, a little bit faster. Okay. But when you're going for the money, drop it down. That's important. I don't want you guys messing this up out there.
All right, y'all. So we have some good words of wisdom from our sales confidence coach. I saw all of your comments. I know I didn't get through all of them today, but I just want to thank you all for being active participants. Okay, I saw all of this. I saw all of this. How many times do you offer the service? Do you offer your services? Arletta wanted to know.
Okay, Arletta, she's on my calendar already. I'm looking forward to talking with Arletta. You offer your services once in their presence the first time. Now, there's a thing that comes either if they give you an objection or a condition. If it's an objection, I want you to overcome it. That's an excuse. If it's a valid condition, just bow out gracefully and follow up. Okay, but you will follow up forever, at least once a month until they buy or die. Okay.
Okay. This was great. Glad I was able to drop in to see and listen to Brian and to virtually meet you. Leona, thank you so much for tuning in. And it's I hope
you will love Leona, Kim. Her personality, you will love her. She's sweet and beautiful and helpful. You will love her.
Well, I hope you'll connect us because I'm connecting you to a lot of people today.
Yes, ma'am. Right. I will be happy to.
Cynthia said that's good. Date voice lower. Oh, you better work it, Kim. Thank you, Cynthia. Okay, fire. Got it. Thank you. Okay, I probably won't get to all of these comments. Words of wisdom for wings of wisdom. All right, everybody. That's today's episode. Stay connected with Brian K. McNeil, that's with 2 L's, sales.com. Brian K. McNeil, sales.com. Thank you so much for tuning in to, I promised to say some of the people that sent contributions to the Kim Jacobs Show, and I didn't do that, and that'd be called, okay, let's see. Shoot. I want to just say thank you so much to Lisa Thomas. Thank you so much. I thank you so much to Blissful, somebody that just sent something. Chantrice, I thank you so much for Blissful Life Consulting. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to Leah James Stone. Thank you so much to Ruth Hicks. Thank you so much to Valerie. Thank you so much to Nikisha. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. And all of you all that contribute, thank you, Carrie Ann. And thank you so much for contributing to the Kim Jacobs Show. Thank you, Sharon. And all of you all, Ella Spratley, my mom, she always contributes too. So thank you all. And for always,
No, I just coughed.
Oh, so thank you so much for contributing to the Kim Jacobs Show. Greatly appreciated. All right. And thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Brian K. McNeil, closing comment, and we're going to close out.
This is important. I want you to fully love what you're doing and do it the best you can. Learn what you don't know how to do, but recognize what you do and the space you occupy is important. Thank you for having me, Kim. I appreciate this.
Thank you for being here. I'll see you backstage. Have a great day, everybody. I love you all and talk to you soon. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you and make it a great day.